Hello, this is Chris with the Dallas Theological Seminary Media Center. Today I'd like to give you an introduction to iMovie. iMovie is a free movie editing software available to all Mac users. You can download iMovie for free from the Mac App Store. Once you download it, you'll have an icon that looks something like this. I'm going to go ahead and open it up and give you just a basic introduction of the workflow and how things will work inside iMovie. So I've started a new project here. If you're in your project library, which it might open up to this, if you've done any previous videos or anything of that nature, you can open up a new project right down here by pressing the plus button. However, I've already started a project and I entitled it Strawberry. For no other reason than the fact that I got an image of a strawberry online and I've just been using that as an example. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and show you how to work with video and photo assets inside of iMovie. The first thing you have to do, however, is import these items into iMovie. All of this footage in the top left of my screen is imported footage that I've used in the past. In order to import, I'm going to go over here to File and then Import. And you can import from camera if you want to, but what I prefer to do is just import movies. Now, I have a movie here on my desktop that I would like to use, just entitled Test. And you'll notice over here on the right side, it's only 6 seconds long. So it's a little tiny movie, shouldn't take but a moment to import here. It's going to process and import. If you have a long video, say 10, 20, 30 minutes, it's going to take a while to import. However, since this movie is only 6 seconds, it only took just a brief moment to import. And here it is right here. Now, all of these are your assets. In other words, up here in this box are items that you can use to build into a movie. I also would like a photo of a strawberry. I have one on my desktop here. I can just drag that and drop it directly into my timeline here once I get started. So to begin with, let's go ahead and click on this clip. You want to make sure the entire clip is selected. Once it is, click and drag it down into your project. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just click Change. So what we have here is my video, my 6-second video. Now, let's say I'd like to also include a photo. I'm going to grab this strawberry and just drop that directly into my video. So right now what I've got is a 6-second video, and then I have an image of a strawberry. Now, you're going to notice here, this little indicator says this is 4 seconds. That's the duration of this clip. This one is 5.5 seconds. All right, great. So we've got 2 assets to use in our video. Now, one of the issues is I'm going to move this little bar right here. This bar you see is the playhead. In other words, that's showing you what it looks like when you play through this video. I'm going to move back to the beginning and hit the space bar just to see what my video looks like. Okay. Now you see the jump between those 2 clips. The jump was fairly sudden and it just didn't feel very smooth. In order to make these transitions a little more smooth, we need to go over here to the right side and edit the transitions. And if you click on this little button here, it looks like an hourglass in essence. It gives you options for transitions. Probably one of the most popular transitions that is time tested, works great, is this cross dissolve. I'm going to grab onto this, click and drag in between these 2 clips and drop it. Now you see this 0.4 seconds, and when I move my playhead across, just by moving my mouse back and forth, you can see this crossfade. Now you may not think that is very important, but over time, these transitions will really add up to make your video a little more professional looking. So, what have we done so far? I've shown you how to create a project, add video clips, how to add photos, and how to transition. Those are a few key things to be able to do. Now, if you've been listening on this first clip that I just played, there's some audio here of my mouse clicking. Let's just say I don't really want that audio and I'd like to mute this audio track. You can do that by hovering over top of this clip until you get this bar with the 2 arrows, clicking and bringing that down to 0. That mutes this clip. Or alternatively, if you want to increase the volume, you can pull this bar up to 500% to increase the volume. I don't want that volume right now just because I'm playing this as an example and I don't want it making noise in the background. So we've got these 2 options here. Now, let me show you what will happen if we try to add audio to this clip. Okay, so if you want to import music to add to this, let me show you how you can do that. All you have to do is find an MP3 or another music file that you have, and let me go ahead and show you how we can add that into our clips here. So I've got some music that I found here for these resources, and it's just called Intro. So I'm going to click this MP3 and drag it onto my project. And you notice when I go beneath the project here, everything turns green. That's what we want. We want to add this music track underneath our current clips. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you when I scroll back here, I'm going to press the play button and you're going to hear the music playing. Let me pause that. Now, once again, I don't want this music making noise, so I'm going to go ahead and click and drag this down to 0 just to mute that. But you can come back where you have that vertical bar and the 2 lines, and then you can click and drag to increase that volume. And you can change that volume at any point. Right now, I'm going to have it muted. And when you scroll through like this and you have the music, it'll play sounds for you and allow you to kind of listen to what the track sounds like. So, once again, I've shown you how to insert video, how to insert photos, how to transition, and how to mute or increase the volume on a particular track. These are the basic skills that you're going to need. However, let me show you just a few more. Right down here at the bottom, you have this 30-second and this bar. This allows you to click and drag to zoom in to where you can see more frames. In other words, I'm looking at this film strip and I'm zooming in and looking a little bit more closely. Now I'm going to take my playhead, which is this red bar that follows my mouse around, and I would actually like to decrease the length of this clip. To do that, iMovie gives you these little arrows at the end of your clip. And if you hover over it, it says click to fine-tune the clip end. I'm going to click on that. And if I don't like the exact end point of this clip, I can scroll back and forth, click and drag, and edit that end of the clip. And if you're looking in the top right corner, you're seeing the preview is matching the final frame. Okay, now let's say I don't actually want to fine tune, but what I want to do is take out a portion of the video. Let's say I don't like it in this particular video when this window is moving around, and I would like to remove that. To do that, bring your playhead to the point that you would like to split the clip. To ensure that you're editing the correct section, go ahead and click on the clip to highlight it. Now, there's a keyboard shortcut for splitting the clip. In order to split the clip, you hold Command, Shift, and S. And that splits the clip wherever your playhead is. I find that very helpful as a shortcut because sometimes doing edits, you need to split your clips a little bit frequently. And so this is going to give you a shortcut to be able to do that. Now I mentioned I want to move over and cut out this whole section where I'm wiggling the window. So I'm going to go to the end, hold Command, Shift, S, and that split the clip. Now you'll see I've got a beginning clip here, I've got an ending clip here, and in the middle, I've got this whole section where I was moving the window around. I want to delete this. To do so, click on the clip to where the entire thing is highlighted, and then click the delete key. And you'll notice it's entirely gone. So now I'm going to play the video for you from the beginning. When I hit the play button, there you go. We've skipped right over that clip. And again, if you care to, you can insert some kind of transition. Because I'm not necessarily transitioning between these 2 points, I don't really need to insert a transition. All right, so I've shown you how to insert clips, how to insert photo, how to insert fades and crossfades, how to put music underneath a clip, and how to split clips. One final thing I would like to show you today is how to export your video. Now that we've completed this project, so to speak, and we have all of the elements we need in the project, what do you do with it? In order to turn this into a watchable format, we need to go up here to Share, and the easiest option in my mind is Export Movie. Now, this is going to give you a number of options: HD, 1080p, 720, large, medium, mobile. I always try to go with the largest size I can utilize, at least on iMovie. And then we choose the location where we want this movie to go, say desktop, and then export. And then the exporting process may take a little time. You'll see the progress bar up here. Because our movie is tiny, absolutely tiny, it doesn't really need very much time. And so you'll see it exporting. If you're listening closely on the mic here, you probably hear my computer fan processing. Movies take quite a bit of processing power, and I'm utilizing an older computer, so it's struggling a little bit to keep up with the movie making process. But here's our movie right here, and there it is. That's how you export a movie inside of iMovie. In essence, these are all of the tools that you will need in order to start making videos. Now, there are many other tools that you can learn in the process of video editing. However, this will get you the basics of what you need to create a really neat video. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I look forward to releasing more videos in the future about other features inside iMovie.